This house wasn't always silent. There was a time when laughter filled these halls. Music echoed through every room, and one of the most powerful voices the world has ever heard lived here. But now, the doors creak open to emptiness. Dust covers what used to shine, and the silence feels heavy, not peaceful, haunting, because this isn't just any abandoned house. This is a place tied to the rise and fall of Whitney Houston, a woman who had fame, fortune, beauty, and a voice that could move millions. Yet somehow, she couldn't escape the darkness that followed her. Today, we're going deeper than ever before, inside her abandoned house, inside her wealth, and inside the tragic truth behind her final days. When you first approach the property, nothing immediately screams superstar. In fact, it feels forgotten. The driveway, once filled with luxury cars, is now empty. The garden, once carefully maintained, is overgrown. Windows that once reflected glamour now look dull and lifeless. Step inside, and the story becomes even more unsettling. The air feels thick, like time stopped moving. Furniture remains, but it feels misplaced. Some pieces are missing, others are damaged. The living room, once a place for guests, laughter, and music industry elites, now echoes with nothing but silence. Imagine the contrast. At one point, this room hosted producers, celebrities, family gatherings, celebration parties after sold-out shows. Now, it feels like no one has been there in years. The piano room is perhaps the most emotional, a piano once touched by one of the greatest vocalists in history. Now sits untouched. No melodies, no rehearsals, no late-night creativity, just silence. Even the bedroom tells a story, not of comfort, but of isolation. Reports and accounts suggest that in her later years, Whitney became increasingly private. This house slowly transformed from a home into a hiding place, a place where fame couldn't reach her. But unfortunately, neither could help. Before the silence, there was a voice so powerful that even seasoned musicians were left speechless. Whitney Houston was born on August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey. She wasn't just surrounded by music, she was raised inside greatness. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a respected gospel artist. Her cousin, Dionne Warwick, was already an international star. And her godmother? None other than Aretha Franklin. From a young age, Whitney sang in church. And it didn't take long for people to notice something special. Her voice wasn't just good. It was extraordinary, powerful, controlled, emotional. By her teenage years, she was already performing professionally. But her big break came in the early 1980s, when she signed with Arista Records under the guidance of music legend Clive Davis. And from there, everything changed. Whitney's debut album didn't just succeed, it dominated. It became one of the best-selling debut albums by a female artist. Then came hit after hit. Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, Greatest Love of All. Each song showcased not just her voice, but her emotional depth. She wasn't just singing, she was telling stories. By the late 1980s, she was already a global icon, but the 1990s took her to another level. Her role in The Bodyguard changed everything. Starring alongside Kevin Costner, Whitney proved she wasn't just a singer, she was a full entertainer. And then came the song, I Will Always Love You, originally written by Dolly Parton, but redefined by Whitney. That song became one of the best-selling singles of all time, a global phenomenon, a defining moment in music history. At that point, she wasn't just famous, she was untouchable. At her peak, Whitney Houston had an estimated net worth between $150 million and $200 million. Let's break that down. Music sales over 200 million records sold worldwide. That alone generated massive income. Tours sold out arenas across the United States, Europe, Asia. Each tour brought in millions. Acting career. Her film, The Bodyguard, grossed over $400 million globally. And its soundtrack? One of the best-selling of all time. Business deals. She also had endorsement deals and brand partnerships. At one point, she was among the highest-paid female entertainers in the world. But here's the shocking truth. Despite earning hundreds of millions, Whitney reportedly faced serious financial difficulties later in life. How does that even happen? Fame comes with pressure, and for Whitney, that pressure kept building. In 1992, she married Bobby Brown. At first, the relationship seemed passionate, but over time, it became chaotic. Their marriage was filled with public controversies, legal issues, emotional struggles, substance abuse rumors. Fans began noticing changes. Whitney's voice, once flawless, started showing signs of strain. Her performances became inconsistent. Interviews felt uncomfortable. She wasn't the same person anymore. And the world was watching. Whitney later admitted to struggling with drug use. It wasn't just occasional, it became a dependency. Substances like cocaine began affecting her voice, her health, her mental state. The impact was devastating. Concerts were canceled. Appearances became rare. Her once dominant career began to fade. The same woman who once stood at the top of the world was now fighting to hold herself together. Behind the addiction was something deeper. Fame isolation. When you reach a level like Whitney did, your world changes. Trust becomes difficult. Privacy disappears. Pressure never stops. Many believe Whitney struggled with identity loss, emotional exhaustion, personal trauma. She wasn't just battling addiction, she was battling herself. February 11th, 2012. At the Beverly Hilton Hotel, Whitney Houston was found unresponsive in a bathtub. The official cause, accidental drowning, but contributing factors included heart disease, drug use. She was only 48 years old. The world was shocked. It didn't feel real. The news spread instantly. Fans across the world mourned. Artists paid tribute. Music stopped, for a moment, because a voice like hers doesn't come often. That abandoned house, it's no longer just a property. It's a symbol of success, of struggle, of loss, and of a life that could have been so different. She left behind a story of talent, success, love, and tragedy. Her voice still lives on, her songs still inspire, but her life reminds us of something deeper. Fame doesn't protect you, money doesn't heal you, and even the brightest stars can fall. And somewhere in that quiet, abandoned house, her story still echoes. Whitney Houston gave the world unforgettable music, but behind the fame was a human being, and her story reminds us, talent doesn't guarantee happiness, money doesn't solve everything, and even legends can fall. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because stories like this should never be forgotten.